welcome back. Today I have some Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs that'll take you just around 5 minutes to make. They are easy and affordable, and bonus, you can even eat one of them. If you're new here and you like home decor and DIYs on a budget, stick around by hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell for notifications so you never miss out on a new video. All right, let's get into it. For this first DIY, I found this gold poster board at Dollar Tree. I thought it was super pretty and needed to do something with it. So I decided to make some cone trees, and that is such an easy DIY to do. All I needed to do was take one of the poster boards and start at one of the corners and just wrap it until it made a cone. Once I got to the top, I added a little bit of hot glue around there and then continued to add a little bit of hot glue on the seam just to hold everything together. Now the only thing I needed to do was make this even at the bottom so that way it sit nicely on a table. So I just used some scissors and I cut that unevenness off of the bottom. Just follow the circle around, and then when you get most of it cut off, you can kind of figure out where you need to trim at to make it more even and stand it up to see which side needs a little bit more off. And then I kind of did crush it just a little bit, but not enough to crease it, just to even it out to make sure I got it all cut. And then I made one big cone out of one poster board, and then I got another piece of poster board and cut that in half. Well, actually a little more than in half. So one side was a little bit bigger than the other side. And then I made two more cones out of another piece of poster board. They were just smaller than the first cone. I did the same thing. I just rolled it at one corner until I got the cone shape, and then I hot glued the seams to hold it down in place, and I cut the bottoms off evenly to make them sit nicely and flat on the tabletop. This is such an easy and inexpensive DIY, and you can embellish this however you would like, or you can leave them plain, set these on a mantle, a tabletop, add some greenery. It's really up to you, or just keep it simple like this. I think these turned out beautiful, and this gold poster board is perfect for DIYs. For the second DIY, I picked up some more of that gold poster board because I wanted to make some paper stars. They're really easy to make. All I'm going to do is take one of the poster boards, and I'm going to just take a ruler and measure out 10 inches by 10 inches so that way I have a square. And then I just cut that out with my scissors after I got it all measured, and then I used that square to cut out a second square. You need 2 squares for one paper star. So once I got both of the squares all cut out, I am going to take one of the sheets and I'm going to fold that upwards and crease that, and then I'm going to fold it in half again to basically make a square, smaller square, and make sure that that is creased. And the only bad thing about creasing this poster board is the gold does come off a little bit, so you want to make sure you have some gold metallic paint, either brush on or spray paint, to kind of just dab it on where the paint comes off, but it's really easy to touch up. After I folded it in half twice, I unfolded it, and now I'm folding it into a triangle, and then unfolding that and then folding the opposite side into a triangle to have everything nicely creased so that way I can see where I'm folding for my points. Now that everything is creased, I'm just going to take my scissors, and on the sides I'm going to cut just about halfway up. You don't want to cut too much, but you don't want to cut too little, and you want to do that on all 4 sides. on those creases that you made. And then you're going to take the corners and you're going to fold those in to make 4 triangles, and those are going to be the points of your star. And then to keep those points together, you just take a little bit of hot glue and add that to one side of the triangle, and then just hot glue the other, just pull that other side over that hot glue, and it makes a 3D point. And then you have one side of your star. And then the other 10-inch by 10-inch piece of cardboard, you're going to do the exact same thing with and make the exact same star. And then all you're going to do is just flip one upside down and then one on top of that, and make the points so that they're sticking out from the other points, and hot glue them together. Super easy. Also, don't forget to add a hanger before you do this, because I did, and I had to come back and add my hanger later, but I just I had a little bit of a hole in one side, so I was able to just take the ribbon and push it down in that hole and hot glue it down there, and then hot glue the ribbon on top. And I love how these turned out. They are so pretty. I was able to make one 10-inch star and 2 8-inch stars from one piece of poster board. And you can hang these from your ceiling, from garland, wherever you'd like to in your home to decorate for Christmas. For this next DIY, I'm going to make this wreath with one of these rings from this 3D wreath form. I couldn't find the just regular gold rings at Dollar Tree, so I just picked up one of these wreath forms, and then I'm just going to use that for this DIY. And then I'm going to take these wintry, snowy picks from Dollar Tree and some floral wire, and then I'm just going to bend my pick and place that around my wreath form, so that way it follows the curve of the wreath. And then I just use my wire to tie the floral picks on, and I just overlapped them as I went around the ring and used the wire to hold everything together. I used 12 picks in all to go all the way around the wreath and fill it completely up. You can customize this wreath to your liking and use any Dollar Tree picks that they have. They have so many different kinds of Christmas ones out for this season. I thought these ones were new and pretty to make a simple wreath with. And then once I got all of the picks wrapped around the wreath form, I'm going to take 3 of these gold bells from Dollar Tree and some twine, and then I just used the twine to go through the bells and tie them onto the bells. And once I got all 3 of the bells strung with the twine, I am going to take them and group them together and then just stagger them at different heights and then tie them together and then tie that on to the wreath. And you can add a ribbon or a bow or anything you'd like to this. It's up to you, but it's really easy and really pretty to make. I just hung this from one of my mirrors with a command hook, and I love how it turned out for Christmas. This next DIY is food related. I saw these cute little charcuterie boards at Dollar Tree in the plus section for $5, so I picked up one. And then I have been wanting to make one of these buttercream boards, but I didn't want to make my own buttercream, so I picked up some already made icing from Dollar Tree and I colored one of them green and I placed it in a piping bag with a star tip on it. Now I already had the piping bag and the star tip, but they do have plastic tips at Dollar Tree, and if you don't have a piping bag, you can always use a Ziploc bag and put your icing in that to pipe it out. or you can just spread it on. I just started piping it out into a tree design, and the more icing, the better. So I just put it on all on the board, and you can make any shape or design you would like. I just chose the tree because I thought it would be the easiest. And then I also put in some yellow icing in a piping bag, and I made a star at the top. I just used a circle regular tip for that, or you didn't even need to use a tip for this. You could just cut the piping bag. And then I just started adding my sweets to the board, my cookies. You can choose anything you like to add to your board. I just picked up whatever Dollar Tree had, and I thought the icing would taste good on. And I placed them all around the tree, and that was it. I think this would be perfect to take to a holiday party or just have for a movie night and a snack with the kids. And all you have to do is pick up a cookie and dip it in the icing, and it's delicious. For this DIY, I'm going to use 3 of these metal candlestick holders from Dollar Tree. I painted mine with some gold spray paint. You can paint them whatever color you like or leave them black, whatever matches your Christmas decor. And then I found 3 of these Nutcracker candles from Dollar Tree, and I thought it would be cute to place them on top of the candlestick holders. So I'm just going to hot glue each one of them to a candlestick holder, and they hold down really well. I love how this turned out. Obviously, you never want to leave an open flame unattended, and you want to make sure that this is somewhere where it's not going to get knocked over, but they turned out really pretty, and I love how they look on my mantle. For this last DIY, it is perfect if you have a blank wall you want to decorate for Christmas, or if you just don't have enough room for a big Christmas tree. You can make your own with some of this pre-lit garland that comes from the plus section at Dollar Tree for $5. And I'm just going to use some of these hooks that are command hooks that I already had, but Dollar Tree does have hooks. I just couldn't find them. And then I'm going to use the mounting tape from Dollar Tree to place on my hooks, because that holds up better than the command strips. So I just started off with placing a hook onto my wall and then hanging the garland on the hook, and then coming across and hanging another hook and hanging my garland right across from that. And then I'm going to start zigzagging my garland all the way down. And I just hung my hooks at each corner of the zigzag as I came down. And then once I got to the end here, I'm going to add another strand of garland. So I used 2 strands of this garland. They are 12 feet each, so 24 feet in total to make this Christmas tree. But I just kept zigzagging it down and going just a little bit further out as I'm zigzagging it down to make it look like a Christmas tree. Then once I was done, I needed a topper, so I took this gold star from Dollar Tree, and the little thing at the bottom is a little bit too long, so I just used some scissors to cut that, and then I hung the star with another hook at the top there. And then I plugged it in my lights. I added some ornaments from Dollar Tree just hanging off of the garland. I think that looks really pretty. And then to finish decorating it, I am just going to add this scrap piece of wood that I had stained, and I just added some baskets and a little blanket at the bottom, and I love how this turned out. Like I said, it's perfect for small spaces or to take up a wall for Christmas decor. And that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.